Hey guys, madhouse here, and today I am back in Alan Wake for episode 4 of this game. I was surprised when the first part of episode 3 ended so suddenly. Could have extended it so I only had 2 parts, but so be it. This might end up being like a short 2-parter, even a 1-parter. But no matter what, I feel like I don't want to sit anymore for this. I want to be up and ready to go. So I'm putting a chair over here and raising the desk. It's slow. Do that so that it's a bit more down. You got a better shot of me. Anyway, let's hop into episode 4 of Alan Wake. Load 1 hard drive. It doesn't say Alan Wake on the end this time. Why not?
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
The truth. We're gonna find out the truth
Alan,
about it.
shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lied.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
That was some good shots. And I woke up in the cabin. In the lodge. Just like the script said I would.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Apparently this chair seems to be unable to focus because I literally just pushed it around the bend. Anyway. Wow. So this is what it feels like, the trip out on drugs.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Well, at least the memory of
This
me
corridor
punching him
is
in
for
the face is
patients.
real.
Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
Why are the
I
chairs
bet you
around here
do.
so pushable?
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Yes, just break into every room.
This way,
Oh.
Alan.
Okay, and I see now why we're able to enter these rooms. They're going to become important later on. Anyway, let's play along nice before we kick his butt for being such an ass and taking me against my will and calling me crazy, which I am not. I am not. I am not. I am not. Oh my gosh.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable
Screw
state
you,
until you
Dr.
understand
Hartman.
and accept
You
this.
liar.
Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Which are all real.
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained.
Okay,
logically.
I'm definitely gonna end up going inside. If you're gonna have a coffee furnace up there. Which means I'm gonna be running around the madhouse. But I'm not crazy. I'm not. I'm not crazy. I'm perfectly sane. What are you talking about?
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there
yeah,
was
I can
nothing
see
but
it.
waves.
I can see that down there.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow
That's
me.
reality, mate.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your
Beyond the
imagination.
shadow you
Not
settle for,
surprising,
there's a
considering
miracle
your
illuminated.
profession.
TZ.
Imagination is
In
what you
memory
work with.
of a dear friend and
After
a
all
pulse.
your nightmares,
Thomas
this
Sa-
should come as an
Thomas
immense
Sane.
relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the
I
illness.
let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of
His
the
words
world you
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into the
by
palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
we're going
You
focused.
need to
inside.
work with me.
Thank you.
Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Honestly, can you walk faster? I don't want to look at your butt right now. Or I'm just getting a heart full of Hartman butt. Face full of Hartman butt.
Come along. Let's go inside. Now here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt.
Scary, scary, scary.
I actually feel like I'd fit in this place.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please,
Oh,
Emerson.
no.
Mr. Wake is
Hartman had
confused
mentioned that the
enough as it
power had
is.
been acting up.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
that
think
was the
me to
reason
go
for the
away
generator and the
so
work light on the
You
balcony.
can't just decide what kind
that
of
makes
dream you
sense.
have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, Okay, sorry.
QR code. Nice to meet you, buddy. Okay, let's pull out the phone. Give me a moment to scan up. What's with all the karate sounds? Give me a moment
Alan,
to
please,
scan in.
this way.
Terrible lighting, shoot. Okay, I need to move a bit closer. Oh, I can't move any closer. Shoot. Come on. Oh. Did it work? No. There's a link to a URI. I got trolled. Oh man. I just got memed on. Oh man. I did not need to get memed on like that. I'll put a link to the thing I'm talking about, to that QR code result in the chat for you guys to look at.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
There's one efficient painter. Oh, you've been painting me for a while. Tell me, you have not seen my adventures at all. How do you know what I look like so well? Jeez. Hang on. I definitely need to follow the doctor right now to hear what the rubber
Come,
hammering
Alan,
is.
this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Welcome to the Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and all periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Oh, there's more. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been especially tailored for you. Engagement therapy and assisted method that flow work best when you are happily engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. Oh yeah, I have a problem. I don't belong in this place because I'm not crazy. I don't look like I'm crazy, do I? I'm just making sure your stuff works there, doctor.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
There's a lot of nice
I hope it
spring
wipes
stuff.
this
and
place
nice
off the
springs is
face
really
of the
popular.
earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had
Wait,
how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the
They
70s
actually
and
have a
80s
full
called
band?
Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Yeah, buddy. That makes me not
I'd like to
trust you.
bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
I did not know that one.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
It's a page of the script.
My head.
Hold up.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant, Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words.
Why is it taking a shift to Zane now? At this point of the story? Have we tried to draw a line between Wake and Zane now? How
Clearing up. Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything.
Yeah.
Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
I'm a bad dream.
He's checking on it now.
Yeah, good thing he's not
The
overreacting
doors
or
were
anything.
locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there
may
was
need a
no
hand
way
here
to get
later
my
on,
hands
Birch.
on them.
The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake.
Hang on. I saw a read thing pop up. Oh. The Creator's Dilemma. The Engaged new book by Dr. Emil Hartman, the author of the best-selling Creative Flow trademark. Its groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy trademark, and the flow trademark explained in his own words. Now available in books across the country. Yeah, I don't have a winning smile at all. Oh. Coffee furnace.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Yeah, how do I get to the room? Oh, I have to go up. Oh my. Oh,
You
yeah,
can get
that's
to your
right.
room by those stairs, Wake.
Thank you. I figured that out in my head. Because unlike the other people here, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Something's wrong.
Ugh.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows.
There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
This is interesting. It's blurring the lines between reality and fantasy a lot. Coming up to the halfway point, making you question, is this the fantasy that we're in right now? Or is the TV the reality?
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Okay, let's try to write.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir. Oh, afraid of the crazy
That's where that line
Not
was.
so weak now, are we?
Manuscript
Well,
page.
things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Barry in the
Hartman
lodge?
kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Whoa. Oh no, Barry. Get out of there.
It's my store. I'm taking it.
That's cool. That's a cool mirror reflection.
We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Yes. I love these lines.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the
Well,
piper.
Birch just saw me. Open sesame. You know what? This is actually probably the safest
The
place.
photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Oh, Hartman was behind the whole thing.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. No. I've tried, but he's not listening.
Oh,
He's
man.
too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
It is looking very tempting now. The dark side looks very, very tempting. Fails hard.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
So the 2-day thing was just a spur of the mouth.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Crazy quack.
Seriously! Do you have any idea how
Barry?
much trouble you're...
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me
Just sorry. We need to just get
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
The real... What was that smile? Ooh. Hartman watches Wake fall.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
So we have the whole Hartman plot trying to get a hold of Wake to make him write the story, just so he can have fame. Why in horror stories it's gotta do with money? it's either money or just demons.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Oh shit! Shoot! Come on! No! Oh, god damn it! Now you have to open the damn door. Oh. Nope. This way. Oh. Hey.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
God damn it. Up the stairs, up the stairs. Let's start it up. One. It's my name now. Let's take a moment to heal up. I don't want to end up using the flare now, because it's going to screw me in the end. I've only got one flare and 6 bullets. Okay, let's keep going. Please?
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
I have to say thanks to the Anderson people, the Andersons, when they get a chance, because they're the ones that basically allowed me to get the hell out of this place. Ooh. Alright. Let's just stop for a moment and appreciate that we got a car right here. Okay, let's move on. Hi. Can you please stay on that side? That's what the alcove is.
You're into Rising Wilds and satisfying your never-ending appetite for apps. Check out Vcast apps and load up your phone.
Come on. Come on through. Whee! No, not this way. Apparently. apparently need to use the giant ball to escape. Oh, come on, get from me. You really suck at doorways, don't you, Ball? Come on. Get better at your job. Come on. This is just a lot of goofing around at this point. Okay. There you go. Okay. I don't want to just rush right to it though. That doesn't feel that safe. Plus also there's an area to explore and it could be collectibles.
Hey, come on! We gotta get going!
Hey, settle down, please. I guess since I'm not gonna be going straight
I
at
found the
this
car,
game.
but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Of course.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Thank you.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out! Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad. Let's get out of here.
Yes, I agree with that sensitive. But if you see the state I'm in, I thought you've got 6 bullets to my name. And a hedge maze to find my way through. At least I'm good at mazes. Although I feel like this maze is going to try and trap me.
I can hear those evil guys moving around.
Okay, settle down. Don't trust Emil. How is this guy gonna... How is Emil gonna play into this story? Wake sees the old god stage.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Are we gonna have a music battle? Because I would love to see a music battle happen in this game. That'd be the best type of battle that ever happened.
Al, be careful! I can see them moving around. They're coming for you.
Yeah, thanks. got stuck in a dead end. I should have used flare. Not the opening maze. Let's check the right side though. I didn't check here. Good thing I didn't, because that's a dead end right off the bat. Close to getting on the way past.
Hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Hey, settle down, Barry. Okay. Reload. Pick up the manuscript page. Oh, there was ammo right here, and batteries. The two things I would need going forward. Okay.
Al, be careful! I can see them moving around! They're coming for you!
Oh, jeez. I did not know that. Okay, dealt with that. Shouldn't be that hard to figure out where I need to go. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, good thing I came back this way. Hartman and the power failure.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
That's not happening this time around. I'm in your gut. I'm in your hedge maze. Your hedge maze is too easy for a brain like mine. Okay, I don't want to go that way yet. Because there's... Okay. Okay. Yay. Okay, we're on the other side of the hedge maze. What other things do I have to face before I can get out of this? Out of the loony bin?
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Yeah.
I don't
Thank you for the ammo, thank you for the other stuff, thank you for the flare gun. Birds, they're not that annoying, they don't do that much damage. And they're easy to dodge as well. Okay, that works. Okay. Gotta watch out for the bird holes. Okay. Okay, we're in safety. I want to throw you off, but I can't. That's not what I am known for. Mott's in charge.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
The fact that Alan Wake has everything on the line makes him smarter. That is probably not the way you should think about things. Again, I'm sticking with the handgun. Superior weapon in any situation. This fella came out of nowhere. That's unfair. Flashlight to stop him. Handgun to take him down. That's how you fight. Oh, cool, flare. Not that I really use the flares that much, surprisingly. Open sesame, please. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Barry attacked by
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
When you say the world exploded, do you mean the actual world or just Barry's world? The mill made Tom do it. Are we talking about Thomas Sane here? What? Ooh, that was cool. That was lightning right there. Awesome. it. Oh. So, whoever is leaving these notes is on my side, but helped Emil, which is Dr. Hartman. So, this person sort of played both sides. That's what I'm sensing. I don't have much of an issue with that. You thought, as long as you thought you're doing it for the right reasons, I won't hold it against you. I'll hold it against Dr. Hartman and my wife. Wait. What if Alice is leaving the stuff for me? Like, yeah. Oh, there's a lot of weapons here, which means we're about to get into a massive fight here. And we're getting close to an hour as well, so the question is, what type of fight we're going to get into here. And what are we going to find out from this page? Wow. Ooh, this actually might be a two-parter.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Hang on. It was Emil made Tom do it, right? Like, Emil made Tom do something. Emil Hartman made Tom do something. And that's Thomas saying. So, this guy really is working for that money, apparently. And the work he currently does doesn't pay him enough, I guess. Also, no boss. No boss?
Al! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on
Two
it!
big dudes. That's too many. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna use Come on. Pardon me. Come on, Barry. You're absolutely right.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
That's unfair. it. Hold it together. Okay, just gonna get to the car. Gonna get to the car.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
That is not safe for you to live in. That will cook you alive. Also, how do you live in a tanning bed? Not the worst area.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. You just need to find it.
Look out!
Holy crash.
Al! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
Oh man, we got separated again.
I had lost
Jeez.
my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Oh great, I lost all my weapons.
Barry! Barry!
Let's at least
Man,
get
you're
to the car.
okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man,
want to get
what
down
a
to the
drop.
car as well,
Don't
but-
worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Oh man, I have to walk all this way. How did Barry get?
Al, there's something moving down here.
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh, yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Dude, they've been messing with me.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Oh, great.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Yes. But I don't know if I should end the episode here because I feel like the farm is the next section, and then after the farm, it's going to be the end of the episode. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to end the episode here on some craziness. Like, the truth is not the truth. But let's do that. Wait, where's the next checkpoint? I think I might keep going until I hit another checkpoint. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure when we get to down to the farm, we're gonna have an epic music music better. Or at least some epic rock and roll music. Which is probably going to end up being copyright. So, anyway, I'm going to pause that there. I'm going to end the episode here. Links to my YouTube page and my Twitter page will be down below, along with a link to me if you guys are going to check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. For a moment there, my crazy brain forgot the outro. Sleep well, guys, if you watch this late at night. I'm Mad Scientist, out.